What's up, guys? This is Red Tanker 12. Today we're going to be doing 10 scary horror stories. Or scary picture with scary backstories. This is a picture. There are stories regarding this photo taken in Oak Grove, Kentucky. They involve a soldier killing his wife and a child, resulting in the spirit of the wife forever walking the bridge looking for answers. Number 9. When we bought the house, I assumed the scratches on the inside of the basement door were from a dog, but the neighbors say the previous owner did not have one. This morning, the scratches had multiplied. Number 8. My roommate's son is 2, and sometimes he will say in broken English, the man, and point to his closet. Other times he will tell us when he wakes up he's scared because of the man. Everyone is usually asleep when I leave for work early in the morning, but one morning he woke up around when I did. He came and found me in the kitchen, started saying something about the man again. I questioned the boy about him and And he then said, "The boy." I asked him to show me, and he took my hand and led me into his game room. The door was shut, and I had to open it. As we stood in the dark room, he pauses and looks back and forth really quick and goes, "Shh, what was that?" I told him it was just the sound of me getting out of here. Number 7, David. A man took a photo of his young daughter playing in their living room, and the results image claim shows a ghost crawling form of light energy in front of her. It also seems as if the little girl can see it too. Could it be the spirit of her deceased mom? Number 7. In 1999, my family visited Disneyland. We happily rode the Small World ride. I was 12 at the time, and my sister was 6. We loved every moment, and our parents smiled with... Alright, guys. I'm not 100% sure with this word, so I'm just going to say they smile with dizziness. At one time near the end, some lights suddenly shut off and the rear lights illuminated the ceiling. The moving display part shut off, and crew members wearing red overalls walked along them to help passengers in the boats onto the stages to direct them out of the building via emergency exits. A voice came over the loudspeaker. "Disneyland, thank you for visiting. Please evacuate the attraction in orderly fashion. Keep looking forward and follow the directions of only the staff. Thank you." The staff wouldn't tell us much. Quickly, they ushered us out of the building. Ambulances were outside, and the police car was parked in the main hallway. At the time, my mother still had her camera out and snapped a few photos of the crewmen close up and the mechanical children. She snapped a few last-minute photos of whatever the last of the roll of film on the camera, since we were going to develop them later that afternoon anyways. This was the last photo on the reel, aimed at the ceiling of the attraction. Number 6. A man went to a hotel, and the woman at the desk gave him his key and told him that on the way to his room there was a door with no number. that was locked and no one was allowed in there, especially no one should look inside the room under any circumstances. So he followed the instructions, going straight to his room and going to bed. The next night, he curiously wouldn't not leave him alone about the room with no number on the door. He walked down the hall to the door and tried to try the handle. Sure enough, it was locked. He bent down and looked through the wide keyhole. Cold air passed through it, chilling his eye. What he saw was in the hotel bedroom, like his was the corner. There was a woman in the corner whose skin was completely white. She was leaning her head against the wall, facing away from the door. She stared in confusion for a while. He crept away from the door and walked back to his room. The next day he returned to the door and looked through the keyhole. This time all he saw was red. He couldn't make anything out besides a distant red color. Perhaps the I don't know how to say that room of the room knew he was spying at this point. He decided to consult the woman at the front desk for more information. She sighed and said, "Did you look through the keyhole?" The man told her that he had, and she said, "Well, I might as well tell you the story. A long time ago, a man murdered his wife in that room, and her ghost haunts it, but these people were not ordinary. They were white all over except for their eyes, which were red." Number 6. On Halloween on 1962, there was a costume party. The man in the black mask locked all the doors from the outside and tried to kill all of them. The man ended up killing only 7 people using a kitchen knife. He was never caught, but the mask was found in 1969. The FBI has it in custody. Number 5. A photo taken by a tourist at the Confederate Cemetery near Carton Mansion in Franklin, Tennessee. A strange sepia-toned floating image of a Confederate soldier is seen at the far upper right. Number 5. The woman who took this photo was on vacation to Six Flags in Arlington, Texas. Her only aim was to bring home a picture of the Texas Giant. What she ended up with is an image of a child in some type of dark jumper layered over a white shirt. Hi guys, this doesn't count as one, but the cameraman died shortly after this because there's a guy behind that car, and after the photo was taken, he was shot, and I don't think any of the other people died. So that doesn't count as number 4. Number 4. A couple visited a Worsted church in Norfolk in 1975. The husband photographed his wife praying silently in a pew. Upon development, it seems she was not alone. Number 3. I don't know if this one's relevant to the other one, where the man. While changing my daughter in front of the open closet door, she kept looking around me and laughing. I asked her what was so funny. She said, "The man." To which I replied, "What man?" She then pointed at the closet and said, "The man with the snake neck." I turned around and nothing was there. I'm afraid to look at the history of my house to see if anyone hung themselves in the closet, and at least she wasn't scared. Number 2, this is a Buckley family. The children's names were Susan and John. As a Halloween joke, all the kids in the neighborhood were going to get a dummy and pretend to chop off its head. The Buckley child tried or thought it would be hilarious to actually murder their mother. So when the kids walked up to the door, they got an axe and slaughtered her mother. Once everyone figured out that they had really done, they called the police, but the kids were long gone by then. The only picture of them was a photo taken by a trick-or-treater. The mother's boys was later found half-eaten. Number 1. In the year 2000, this painting appeared on eBay with a tag claiming it was haunted. The seller stated the figures moved at night. The action included a waiver solving them for liability after the painting was sold and any dangers that follow. What is the history behind the painting? For more urban legends, check out Paranormal Guide. Alright guys, I decided that the other one was too short, so Tamba Institute located in Ohio is considered to be one of the most haunted places to stay in Malaysia and one of the most popular for paranormal investigations. Much of the activities is typical haunted house affair, lights switching off and on, the sounds of human whispering, doors opening and closing, and ever-present feeling of being watched. The more I don't know that word, so active concerns the sight of elderly woman who walks in the hallways and disappears. When approached, the same woman is also seen to the road leading to the nearby cemetery. Alright guys, please like and subscribe, and peace.